Hello everyone, this is Mumbo here, welcome back, and today we are back on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 95 and it is currently chucking it down with rain. Would you look at that? It looks exactly like England right now. It's so strange. The English weather is doing something very, very odd at the minute, and oh, would you look at that, it has suddenly cleared up, very much like the English weather once again. We keep getting very short but extremely heavy showers. It's ridiculous. I was driving along the other day and it was completely bone dry where I was, and then suddenly chucking it down and then completely bone dry after that. Couldn't understand it. But anyway, moving on, being a typical English bloke talking about the weather, this is what we did in the previous episode. Well, this isn't exactly what we did. I actually had a bit of a live stream last Friday in which we did all of this stuff. We took down all of the contraptions that I had built here, and then we rearranged them a little bit, because if you remember how they were originally laid out, they looked a little bit like a jumble sale. You know, there was just redstone contraptions everywhere. It didn't look like much of a museum. It just looked like I'd tossed a bunch of redstone contraptions on top of a field and then left them there. So this is a little bit better. You can see we've got platforms for all of them, and they all look fairly nice. We've got a nice little pathway that goes through like this. You can take a look at all of the contraptions, see what all of them do, flick all of the levers and all that sort of thing. But one thing that I am thinking, I reckon we should have ourselves a second floor. Now, one thing that I have noticed is that we don't actually have a staircase that takes us up to this level yet. So here is my plan, okay? Do you want to hear my plan? This is the plan. We are going to make ourselves a staircase that takes us right up to the top there. But then I thought I would use my redstone skills to make one of those hidden staircases that then can drop us down into the next level. So it'll be quite cool. We can like flick a lever and go to the bottom floor, or if you still want to go to the top, you just flick the lever again and then you can walk up to the top platform. So that's what I thought we would do, and I think that will make for a fairly interesting episode and also a fairly interesting thing to add to the base. So I guess what I'm going to have to do is, I've got a lot of redstone stuff on me. I don't know if I'm going to build this on camera or not, because I think it's a fairly complicated mechanism. I can't really remember. It's been a while since I built that one. But I do believe we're actually running a little bit low on redstone and things. If we take a look in here, yeah, I have got all of my redstone on me, which is 35. That's not good. We are almost out of redstone. We had like 13 stacks. What happened to all of that? Where did we put that? Because I'm sure we haven't done that much redstone. I mean, I know I do a lot of redstone on this world, but I'm fairly certain I haven't used 13 stacks in probably 10 episodes. Oh man, this is rubbish. We might have to go out and do another one of those mining challenge things, because otherwise we're probably going to run out of the stuff. Yep, it's mining challenge time. For anyone who hasn't seen this before, what I do is I do 1 hour straight of mining using a silk touch pickaxe, and then I come up to my base, use the fortune, and get all of the goodies. And what I want you to do is tell me how many goodies you think I'm going to get. Now that is coal, redstone, gold, lapis, diamond, emeralds, and I've probably forgotten one there, but basically all of the things that you can get ore-wise, okay? So I want you to head down to the comment section, let me know how many you think I'm going to get. Now we're going to do a 1 minute long time lapse, and I hope that you enjoy it. Just as a quick warning to all of you, I would suggest lowering all of your estimates, because that was an embarrassingly bad mining session. Seriously, how can one get so unlucky? I barely got anything. I got 2 diamonds in 1 hour. So let's see how much we can get using the fortune pickaxe. So after 1 hour of branch mining, just 100% branch mining, this is all of the redstone that I managed to get. And I would say that is pretty decent. We have got a little bit of coal as well, a little bit of lapis, and 5 diamonds. If we had gone out specifically to get resources, not just to get redstone, if we had gone out for a general mining session, that would probably be the worst one I've ever done in my life. I mean, I have done mining sessions in the past where I've got a stack and a half of diamonds in 1 hour. 5 diamonds, that is embarrassing. I'm embarrassed to show you lot that. I apologise that this week's mining session has been so awful. Hopefully next time we do one, we will get a little bit more lucky. But on the bright side, we have now got ourselves a ton of redstone, which should allow us to do all of the projects that we want to do. So that's a bit of a thumbs up from me. I'm just working on doing the finishing touches of the little staircase that we have going up to the museum. So I got to work on that, and as you can see, I am stuck in a block royally. Would you look at that? Wow, that was crazy. But what I'm using is I am using spruce wood blocks as well as stone half slabs. Of course, I'm using stone half slabs. And that is going to be going up the side. It matches up with the archways that we have at the top, which we still need to change. I just remembered, we still need to change the archways. I don't like the archways that are at the top there, but I have tried so many times to come up with archway designs. And I can't remember if I mentioned this in the previous episode, but I think what I want to do is, obviously I've got the Mumbo Jumbo Hermitcraft suggestion subreddit, and it would really help me out if some of you architects out there, you know, the ones that are really good at building stuff like this, would hop on there and send me some suggestions of archways that I could build, because that would be really very helpful indeed. But anyway, let's take a look at the finished article. Yeah, that looks alright, doesn't it? That is pretty nice. I'm fairly happy with that, actually, to be honest. That really has added something else to the build. Oh, cool. I wasn't expecting that to look as good as it currently does. I mean, it's not the prettiest thing in the world. It's a fairly basic little staircase. But one thing that I did realise as I was building it is that originally my plan was that my hidden staircase thing was going to be 2 blocks wide. Now, as you may notice, this is a 5 wide area. So if we have it 2 blocks wide, that is going to look awful. So instead, I'm going to go for a 2x1 entrance. I was considering going 3 blocks wide, but I took a look at some of the redstone behind it, and that would have been way too complicated for me. It wouldn't have fit inside this little boundary that we have, so I don't think I'm going to be doing that one. So what I thought I would do is I'm going to hop into a redstone testing world, and I'm going to try and work out how to build this one. But what I thought I would also do is I thought I would take you with me and show you the building process, because I've never done that before. I have never built something for the first time live on camera, so it should be fairly interesting. So I have laid out the entire area that we have to work with, and I gotta tell you, having taken a look at it, it is very, very tightly packed indeed. So this is all of the space that we have to work with. As you can see, the pistons are right up against the wall, and we don't have a whole lot of room for circuitry. So this is going to be a bit of a tough one, but I'm going to try and work through it. So, one thing that I am thinking is I reckon we should power these using redstone torches. Otherwise, there's going to be no other way to power them. We can't have redstone out here because that will be outside the edge of the staircase, and that will be visible from the outside, which we can't have. So, we are going to have to power it using redstone torches, which means that if we head round through here, I guess we can run repeaters straight through these blocks and into those redstone torches. I guess that will work. And then we are going to need to power that piston there, but we can crack on with that in a little bit. First off, I reckon we should do the simplest one, and that is to power this piston that is down at the bottom here, because that is going to extend that stair up. Then this sticky piston out the back here is going to push that stair forwards so that it lines up with the rest of the stairs in the staircase. So I would say the input, we'll put it around about here, because we have to run an input through into these repeaters. So we'll do all of that now. There's repeaters there, and then the redstone dust on this side. But because those are inverted, we're going to need another inverter. So that means we'll place that there, and we'll run it in using redstone dust just to save on the resources. So now, let's try this. We should get the extension there, and then this should be pushed outwards. So now what we have to do is we have to do the extension up at the top. Now, how on earth am I going to do that? Well, I suppose I could run a redstone torch up like this with redstone dust on the top. Yeah, that will do. And then we'll run it straight into there. But then what? I mean, this isn't going to extend unless we give it an update. So I suppose I could put a piston here, and that will make it extend. So then we've got ourselves a full staircase. I don't have the power running in just yet, so let's quickly do that. That is just more redstone dust. More repeaters, another repeater running in here. That should be pretty much everything done. So if you flick this lever, we should see that it closes up, flick it again, and we still haven't got anything. And that is because the timing isn't correct. So there we go. So we need to go 3 ticks on all of those. That will give it time to retract and pull the piston back. So let's give this another bash. Yes, yes, that has worked. Oh, wow, would you look at that? We managed to make it work. Ooh. We were so close, yet so far. We had a little bit of bud powering going on. We had a few timing problems. I thought it was going to be a little bit ambitious to try and build something like that live on camera, but sometimes you just gotta try these sorts of things, don't you? But anyway, what I've done is I've rearranged the circuit ever so slightly, so now you can see all closes up just fine, and it all opens up okay as well. So now I just have to hop onto the Hermitcraft server and get to work on constructing this thing. All done and dusted. This is the input here, and as you can see, it just opens up nice and quick, so then we can get inside the mob spawner that we seem to have down here. I was expecting that. I didn't really do a whole lot of lighting up underneath. In fact, I was expecting a lot more mobs than that, but as you can see, this is the little hidden staircase setup. I'm quite happy with where I managed to get the input as well, but it is working like a charm. I do still sort of wish that we had managed to make it 3x3, but with the space that we had, I definitely don't think that was possible. Oh god, this is going to be the most dangerous lighting up mission I've ever done in my life. Now for the bottom floor of the Redstone Museum, we need to get ourselves a bit of a room design going, and I have been messing about in a testing world with all of the various new prismarine blocks because I want me some of that, and this is what I've managed to come up with. Now, I'm not 100% sure on it, but I am about 70% sure that I actually quite like this sort of idea here. Just because it looks very grand, it looks quite expensive for some reason, and it's the sort of thing that you would expect to see in a museum. Museums are known for having very grand buildings and looking all fancy, and that is the sort of thing that we want to be going for here. So I honestly think, I'm actually going to give this a bash and see what I can manage to do. Now, I'm fairly certain someone out there in New Hermiton is selling prismarine blocks. If they're not, I've made a horrendous mistake, and we're going to have to come up with an entirely new design, but I'm fairly certain someone is selling them. So what I'll do is I'll hop back onto the Hermitcraft server, make myself a massive purchase, and then we'll get block placing. I've managed to get us a new pet. His name is Endermike, and he is a great looking little thing. I really hope he doesn't despawn. I can't remember, but I think it is endermites that despawn even if you've got a name tag on them. Which will be a bit of a shame, because I quite like this little dude. He's busting some sweet moves there. He's got quite a punch on him, though. He did do a pretty good job on getting me down on my hearts. I've lost my leggings, and I've pretty much lost all of my armor there. But we've managed to get him in a hole, and eventually I'll probably like iron bar this or something, so we can really see him, because I like this little guy. So I have been working on this room here for around about an hour. Can you believe it? 1 whole hour has passed since I placed the very first block. And I've got to tell you, it hasn't particularly been going to plan. I have been struggling just a little bit with the whole building process. We didn't have any of the dark prismarine blocks. Instead, we had only the regular prismarine. And I thought, hey, well, you know what? I didn't really need the dark stuff anyway. I'll change it out for the standard prismarine. But as you can see from this single texture here, it's a little bit mental. It's a lot more mental than this one. And with all of that going on, it looked a bit crazy, as in it actually burned my eyes a little bit. So what I've had to do is I've had to change all of that out for this brand spanking new polished andesite. Now, I've never used this stuff before. It uses nether quartz and cobblestone, so it is fairly expensive, but I would say it actually looks fairly good. Now, I've been working on ways in which I can do the various things that I want to do here, and I thought I would break up all of the blue with this strange symbol that is going in the middle. No idea what that means, but I would say it looks okay. So it looks, right now, this room, a lot better than it did about 20 minutes ago, but I'm still not 100% happy with it. I think I'm going to keep playing around, seeing what I can create, and then I will let you know what I've managed to do. You best get out of here. Your friend's just blown that up. Ugh! I hate them. I hate creepers with a passion. Now I've got to rebuild the entire redstone contraption. Ah, well, I might as well use this as an opportunity to say that I have done a little bit more work on the room, and it is looking okay. It is looking alright. It is starting to come together a little bit now. As you can see, when we have improved the size of the room, if I sound annoyed, by the way, it is just because a creeper has literally just exploded that redstone contraption there. I'm a little bit cheesed off, but as you can see, it is all looking okay. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have got everything in place now. It is all looking good. The whole look has actually grown on me a little bit. When I originally started building it, I was a little bit scared of what I'd managed to create. Now I would say this actually looks okay. We have got everything in place, and it is all looking fine. We have got the prismarite, the prismarine, and the andesite. I think what I did there is I mixed the two blocks together like some horrendous block cocktail thing. So we've got the prismarine and the andesite, and they work quite nicely together actually, at least I would say. And then obviously we have all of the stone half slabs and all that sort of stuff. But the one thing that is still there that doesn't look so good is the torches and the dirt. The dirt being the main one. I mean, this is not the ceiling that we want to be having in our lovely grand little room. We want to have ourselves a nice ceiling, but I'm having a bit of a problem once again. I don't really know what I want to do for the ceiling. Now, one thing that has popped into my head that may look good, and this is just an idea, is I could do a quartz half slab ceiling. Would that be ridiculous? I mean, that would use up a lot of quartz, and I don't have a lot of quartz. Would that be crazy? I don't know. It would look pretty fancy. I have to admit, it would look pretty good. I can't see it looking too awful with all of this stuff that we have going on here. It could work. That is currently the only idea that I have in my head for the ceiling. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to my storage area. I'm going to pop over there right now. Hopefully we can run away from all of the creepers that seem to hang out outside the museum. I don't know what's going on, but just that little area there, that is just creeper mayhem. They are always there blowing up all of my stuff. I've had to rebuild that little thing twice now, can you believe it? Which is pretty ridiculous if you're asking me. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to my storage area. We'll take a look at how much quartz we actually have. Let's see. We have got that much. Wow, that's not actually that bad. And also all of this stuff. So you know what? I'm going to give it a go. Let's just try it out. Let's see what a quartz half slab ceiling looks like. Can't believe I'm even saying this. I'm going to warn you, I am getting myself some expensive tastes, aren't I? I mean, I really like these blocks. I really like these blocks. They also use quartz. And now I am starting to like nether quartz. When they first introduced nether quartz, I didn't really like it that much. I don't really like white blocks. But I think in this ceiling, in this setting, it really does look quite cool. In fact, I would say it's probably the best ceiling we could probably have in this situation. I can't think of anything better to go up there. If you can, please let me know in the comment section, just in case I plan on doing more builds a bit like this one, getting more ideas for that sort of thing. But at the minute, I would say this looks very, very cool indeed. So I thought I'd give you that very quick update to let you know that I am going to be keeping the nether quartz ceiling. And now I am going to craft up some more of it. Oh, I thought that was going to be a creeper. I so thought that was going to be a creeper. Man, my heart just came out of my throat. I can feel it right there. I need to get myself sorted out. I don't know why. Something about Minecraft makes me very, very jumpy indeed. Alright, so I think that is pretty much everything done. I used up all of my glowstone in these two blocks here just to give a little bit of light for the center of the room. Other than that, we have got torches on all of the pillars. It's okay. I would have liked to have some of those marine lantern things, you know what they are, the ones that come in the dungeons. But sadly, there weren't any of those in stock. There was none of those present in the store, at least not what I saw, which is a bit of a shame because they would have looked really good in this. Obviously, we could have put them up the walls, or we could have put them in the ceiling, or anything, really. But we couldn't. So there we go. We're just going to stop thinking about that and say that, hey, we made the best of what we had. We had a little bit of glowstone and a bunch of torches. And I would say that from the beginning, I wasn't 100% sure on this room. I have to admit, when I built it in the testing world, I was like, that's okay. And obviously, when I was building it on Hermitcraft, you heard me say, I actually don't think this is going to work. I don't think this is a particularly good build. But now that we finished it, I would say this is quite a nice place to be. It looks lovely, if you're asking me. It looks like a spa. Maybe we should start building showers in the walls and all that sort of stuff. But in all seriousness, I'm very happy with the outcome of this. And it's completely different, once again, to any of the other builds that I've really done in the past. I've never, ever used this colour before. So it's all new to me. And I would say that we have done a decent job and coming up with a fairly nice room. Now, as far as getting redstone contraptions in, I was thinking this halfway through. I don't think there is enough space to fit any redstone contraptions in here. So I think this is going to have to be one of those rooms that we eventually put something in, but for the minute, it might not have much in it. We could seeing as this is a museum, we could turn this into an aquarium. That was my only idea. We could have like a bunch of glass boxes that have fishes in them. Maybe that might be a potential idea, who knows? Let me know down in the comment section what you think I should do with this room. But for the minute, we're going to be leaving it empty and looking good. But anyway, that is all I've got time for today, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you have enjoyed today's video. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.